Haitians live on less than $1 a day. 70% live on less than $2 a day, and prices are not much cheaper in Haiti than they are here. This is a tremendous burden. They still came out, they were angry, they were angry, they were angry, and I think that that comes across. So, I just, am I giving you problems?
No.
Oh, okay. But I wanted to, when I saw this video, and I've looked at maybe 20 or 30 similar videos in the past month or so, I felt that I had to explain some of the history and some of the context of the struggle that's in Haiti. Now, Haiti has a complicated and singular history. There was a revolution of enslaved people in Haiti that won independence in 1804. When they did that, over half the country, half the Haitians in the country, had been born in Africa. Okay, and they removed the Europeans from their country. For the bourgeoisie of the world, it was a tremendous shock that black people could rise up and defeat the most powerful land army in the world at the time, the French army. It was Haiti's original sin. For the poor, oppressed, and exploited workers of the world, it was a glorious inspiration. It had a major impact. And I very rarely talk about my own history, but 65 years ago, when I was 10, I read a book, a biography of Henri Christophe, which was a leader of the struggle in Haiti, one of the leaders. He built a citadel, La Ferrière, as a bulwark against the French invasion. And I can remember feeling how inspiring this struggle was, how tremendous that they had done this, overthrown the oppression, the vicious rule, the French, and they did it. They did it. They defeated the French, they defeated the Spanish and the English that were attempting to seize the country. Contemporaneously, this was a big step forward. It inspired many of the slave revolts in the United States were inspired by what happened in Haiti. Simon Bolivar got refuge in Haiti twice, and he got arms and supplies from Haiti. Haiti invaded Santo Domingo, the western two-thirds of the eastern two-thirds of the island, okay, because they had slavery there and they weren't going to allow that to continue on their island. I should also say that the United States was so bitterly opposed to this. Their first foreign aid went to the slave owners of Haiti to put down the rebellion, okay, and they did not recognize the independence of Haiti until 1862. Okay, there were two currents among the revolutionaries. Toussaint Louverture, who was the leader of the first part of the revolution, was more willing to make a deal, maneuvered between the different forces, but he still was a revolutionary, and he was starved and frozen to death in a jail in the French Alps after they, seized him through trickery. Jean-Jacques Dessalines was an uncompromising radical, assassinated in 1806, okay, by some generals who were opposed to his proposals for land reform to giving land to the peasants. There were two factions in the ruling class. I hesitate to call them the bourgeoisie because of the undeveloped state of Haiti, but there were two factions: granduns, who were large landowners that fought with the peasants, and the comprador in the cities who benefited and profited from the trade. And I would say that the politics in Haiti were often worked out with arms in hand. And that's something explains some of the tumultuous history of Haiti. Until the U.S. occupation in 1915, Haitians basically were in charge of their country, and African people in charge of a country that really should be considered as African in essence. They still were under a lot of pressure from France, Great Britain, Germany. In 1915, the U.S. Marines went in and stole the gold out of the Haitian treasury and transferred it to the First National City Bank of New York, which is now Citibank. Okay? The bloody U.S. occupation led to both to the creation of a, quote, professional Haitian army and to ideological and political struggle. Noirism of Francois Duvalier, who was an ideologue, a reactionary ideologue, as well as somebody who did a lot of damage to Haiti, and the communism of Jacques Roumen, who founded the Communist Party of Haiti, I think it was in 28-29. Francois Duvalier came to power in 1957, and he created the Tonton Macoutes, or the Macoutes, to guarantee and reinforce his command of the government. He didn't use the army, he used them as a counterweight to the army. His rule and his son's rule lasted until February 7th, 1986. And February 7th is an important date because of the opposition to his rule had grown so ferocious. Some of his allies were being thrown in wells and torn apart, and déchoucage in the Haitian smaller cities. Okay, I should also point out that the social basis for Duvalier and the Macoutes were the granduns, the landlords in the countryside. Jean-Bertrand Aristide was a Salesian priest who gained his reputation by fighting effectively for the rights of the poor people in Port-au-Prince and throughout the country, and under the Duvaliers and their military successes. He won the election for the presidency in 1990. And you should think of that as, it just wasn't an election, it was a mass movement of protest and struggle against the U.S. candidate, a guy named Marc Bazin, who had been in the IMF and was tremendously influential. And what's his name? Jimmy Carter was down there, tried to get Aristide to give up on the election, et cetera, et cetera. The important thing also to get out of this is that Aristide called his movement Lavalas, a landslide or a mudslide. The United States helped to organize and fund and supported the coup against Aristide in 1991, and when he was reelected 5 years later, they also helped the coup in 2004 and kidnapped Aristide and transported him to the Central African Republic. The UN took up the mantle of the neo-colonial control of Haiti in June 2004, setting up a group called MINUSTA, and it relieved the United States and France and Canada of their neo-colonial burdens. It gave them a smokescreen. The other important fact is that in the January 12th, 2010 earthquake in Port-au-Prince, 300,000 people, no real firm count has been established, died in that. 1.5 million homes were destroyed. The people of the world donated $9 billion to Haitian relief. The Haitian government got about $765 million. And the person who controlled much of the disbursement of this money was none other than Bill Clinton, the husband of the current the current candidate for U.S. presidency. To sum up, Haiti had a successful slave revolution. Its culture, politics, and language, by language I mean Creole, are heavily influenced by Africa. There was tremendous neo-colonial pressure from the United States and other European countries against it that it resisted for a long time. The Duvaliers set up the Macouts, the landlords, but they would make deals with the comprador in the cities. Aristide had the Lavalas movement, and you had the earthquake of 2012. That's a lot of ways. With this extensive background out of the way, I'd like to look at the elections that started August 9th for Parliament and President. Now, before I get into that, I should talk about the cost of living in Haiti. It's been shooting up for the last few years. Inflation is officially at 11%, and that's tough when you're making $2 a day to live on that. 3.5 million Haitians go hungry some of the time. 1.5 million Haitians go hungry most of the time. That is, they don't have enough food in the house some of the time or all of the time for their daily living. Only between 5 and 15% of Haitians have a regular paycheck. In other words, they have a 9-to-5 job or 8-to-4 job that they can go to, and the regular hours, and they get paid with a check at the end of the week or the end of the month. The other thing is 60% of the Haitians still live in the countryside, and El Nino has produced a drought in very many areas that's cost farmers 3 crops, and there's not, some of them are worrying about the crop, this year's crop. There are rumors floating around the internet that I haven't seen any kind of official figures about it, but people are saying that in the northwest corner of Haiti, the poorest part of Haiti, some children have been dying of hunger. The August 9th elections were a disaster, and there were major boycotts and such fraud and corruption that most Haitians don't regard them as valid. The October 25th elections were filled with deliberate fraud, miscounts, and ballot stuffing. Every party but the PHTK, the Haitian skinhead party of Martelly, feel that they were bad elections, unfair, unfree elections, and the results are invalid. Only 26% of the eligible voters went to the polls. Starting in October and going through February 5th, there were protests, 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 and we saw one, but there were, from January 29th through February 5th, there were equally large protests almost every day in Port-au-Prince, and in some countries, like in some cities like Cape Haitian and Jacmel, there were also major protests that went out, maybe not every day, sometimes more often. It got people. Martelly wanted to stay. He wanted to stay perhaps past his mandate. And one of the speeches in the video, talking about this electoral coup d'etat and how Martelly wanted to stay, but he had to leave. Okay, that's what the guy was saying in there. But on February 6th, Martelly made a deal with the National Assembly to select a guy named Jocelyn Prévert as interim president. Okay, now Prévert was an official under the Duvaliers, interior minister under Aristide's Prime Minister Yvon Neptune before the February 29th, 2004 coup, did 2 years in jail, okay, without a trial, then was released, okay, because they couldn't prove that he was connected with this massacre that didn't really happen, according to the UN. And if the UN says it, it has to be true, right? But after his release from prison, Prévert became an advisor to former President René Préval, and then a 6-year senator for Préval's party, L'Espoir. Okay, Glenn Ford sees the selection of Prévert as a victory for the Haitian people. A teacher at Queens College named Francois Pierre-Louis warns, we still have to wait to see if this compromise of Prévert being an interim president comes out of a pact between Martelly and some sectors of the Lavalos movement. Things are still very fluid. There's going to be changes. Right now, things have calmed down. But the spirit is still there. But people have to work and make a living. I just hope that that I've been able to give you some idea of the complexities of Haiti, and just so this is the book in English, okay, Haiti, A Slave Revolution, the second edition. I think we have copies of it here, hopefully. Okay, people, if you want more information, it's there's a few hundred pages there. The other thing is that Haiti Liberté is a good newspaper to read. It's a little bit hard because most of it's in French. A page is in Creole, or a page plus is in Creole, and there is a page in English. But it is, I read it every week. Thank you very much. I hope I remember all the questions. As far as sanitation and other things in Port-au-Prince, there is no public sanitation in Haiti. There may be some very wealthy development that have, what do you call them, cesspools or septic tanks, but that's it. Maybe 25 or 30% of 20% or less have potable water available. There were 5 or 10 houses built with the $1 billion that the Clinton Foundation got They were put up way out in the country. Nobody wanted to move there. The first rain that they got that was heavy washed most of the houses away. So it was a basic disaster. Bill Clinton had his hands in billions of dollars. But most of it went to NGOs in Haiti that dispersed the money. I should have mentioned the fact that the UN did do something for Haiti. It brought cholera to Haiti, killed 8,000 or so people, and sickened another 300 to 400,000 people. And even though the scientific evidence is indisputable that this cholera came from the UN troops that dumped their waste into a stream that people use for drinking water and bathing, the UN is not doing anything to compensate people for that. I should have also said that Sarah Flounders and I edited the second edition of Haiti, A Slave Revolution, and the two of us, plus Kim Ives from Haiti Liberté and Pat Chin, who I really regret every week or so when I write an article on Haiti, I regret her passing. And she was a real comrade, and I looked on her as a friend, and I think she did the same to me. She, in particular, picked out the pictures, and that was a very important subject. But plus, she really consulted and worked in putting the book together. And that's the Haiti book, I believe, is still in print. And the second edition is still in print, and it's out there. We tried as hard to do is to explain Haiti to the people of the United States, and that's the direction that we've gone. Haitians know their history, but plenty of people in the United States know nothing about the impact of Haiti on the United States. Just to give you a trivial example, everybody's seen the baton twirling in football games. Well, that comes from Haiti. That's a Haitian invention and something from West Africa that came through Haiti, and it was the Haitian musicians. Anyway, I'm very glad I could give it. I'm glad that people, I really worried about the talk, and I didn't want to get into the details of this candidate got so much. Another candidate who's also progressive got this much. You know, as somebody said in the video, it was an electoral coup d'etat, and they're trying to get this Prévert to ratify the results of the first election, smooth it out, make it look pretty, and they'll still put in their guy. And the Haitian people have said, no, you're not going to do it. So there's more that's going to happen, and thank you for your attention, and I appreciated giving the talk.